Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as Goldie in this one. We're on Aviary, the zoo, against Lazarus, Cabot, Abe and Parnell. I'm not going to do it, just for the new viewers, they won't get this little in-joke. I'm not going to say this is a very easy team, because Laz exists on it, because every time I say that, I almost die. We'll be the tiger, because, you know, it's a zoo. We'll do everything except rock, and we will do traversals as the perk of choice. We will get it going. What I am going to say, realistically, this team is fucking terrifying. Very high damage. Abe isn't great into Goalie though, because Goalie does not want, or you don't want stasis to slow Goalie down. You need harpoons primarily, because Goalie can leap, charge, and traversal leap through the stasis effect, so it doesn't really slow him down. He can't, however, do all those things through harpoons, but you know. If it is your first video, welcome. This is a 4v1A sim, ladies and gentlemen, from 2015. Gaming has regressed, and we are going to be running for our lives at the very beginning, because we are a stage 1 monster. We're going to get ability cooldowns. This is Goldie's best buff in the entire game, so a bit of a shame to get it so early, because we don't want to be fighting at the moment. But we might be able to get some use out of the tail end of it, maybe. But we are going to be just going around looking for things to eat and fill up the little ring meter you will have seen there. Once that fills, we will be able to evolve to stage 3. Stage 2, let's not get ahead of ourselves, which is where the fighting will begin. Stage 1 monsters are very weak. We don't do much damage, we don't have much HP, we don't have much armour. But what I will say, just to, you know, fill the air as we do escape the throes of stage 1. Please pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a new viewer, to animation quality, finesse, atmosphere, all that good stuff, you know. Because this genre needs to be saved from the current top if you are uninitiated. Don't really... maybe I can deal with this. Trap jaws are generally a monster deterrent. Very hard for me to kill, but the hunters can put these down in a couple of bullets, but I want my food, so fuck off. This one, get rid of you. It's going to make us lose quite a bit of distance. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to move on. It's an health bar of somebody. Can you ship for me, please? There it is. Good. Nice bit of protein. We're alerting a lot of birds at the moment, which does tell the hunters where we are. Carrion birds are the ones where if you sneak in a little bit too well, whenever you feed, there's a chance that they'll appear. I'm not interested in feed speed, we will grab stage 2. Even the crispiness of his footprints on the fucking ice, dude. God. Insane. Where's my mouse game? Thank you. Good. There we go. So we are evolving now. We gain size, appearance changes, more damage at base, more armour, HP, as you can see. If you alert birds, it's fine. We're probably going to have a decent amount of armour here, I think. And it's back. Good. And then we're probably going to get in there. Going to be coming through there, I think. They've got jump height, which is what that little circle with the blitz leopard in it is, and one of them's got the damage buff. Who's got the damage buff? The assault. Excellent. That's idiotic movement. It is a bot, but you know, don't know why it actually did that, because it would have seen me by 1s and 0s. It's very out positioned at the moment. The medic isn't here as well, so they're going to fall apart very quickly here. I don't actually know where the medic is. It's a Lazarus, right? I always forget he exists as well. That's something you have to get used to. Which means he's just rezzed in for free as well, because that's what Laz does. Where's he gone? Over there. So the way Laz works is he doesn't actually heal his team, but he does wait for them to go down, and then he revives them. And you don't get the little white blocks on their HP. So what we are going to do is get out now, because we're being damage amped as well. Abe dying there also doesn't mean anything, because as soon as Laz gets revived, he will be able to bring him back into the game. That's how he works. He's a necromancer style medic, who I always forget about whenever he's in the game. There it is, Trapper revived. So he's just rezzed him. When they revive them from death, though, they do get the strike. So we do have a strike on Abe there. So you do need to be careful against this team as well, because they always make the same mistake if you are a new viewer in saying that this team's shit, because obviously you don't have a conventional medic, but it's very high damage because of the targets that Laz can put on you. We immediately locate Laz and refocus him. Probably going to cloak here if I have to guess. Yeah, there it is. As long as we keep damaging him, I should be able to see where he is. Thank you for notifying me, mates. Now we go for Abe again. The reason we go for Abe here is so we don't face another dome. Animations, by the way. Won't get that at the top of the drummer anymore. Not while everybody accepts slop, unfortunately. It's about wanting better video games, fellas. I'm gonna get a bit greedy here, and I'm actually gonna go one more. Because it is a Laz team, usually what you do is you play for 2 strikes on Laz and then just go to stage 3, but what I am going to do is I'm going to try and kill Laz, and then in the same fight we'll try and get an actual strike on one of the others. If we can do it, because obviously the arm is going to melt very quickly. Goalie's not actually the tankiest, he's a frontline fighter type, but he's... Oh, I get that. Right, I don't know where he is at the moment, so what we can do is use Abe to bait him. Give it that heal burst. I do have the paranoia factor working here now, because I don't know where he is. I suppose we could just kill him and get a strike that way actually, because I don't think there's anybody here. I don't know where he is at the moment. Downed animations as well, by the way, when you're attacking on downs. Do you eat the body as well? No, he's dead. Okay, interesting. They just didn't revive him. Sure. We'll go stage 3 then, in this particular instance. Because as I say, we've done everything we need to do now anyway, with it being a last team, so... Come on. The stage 3 monsters, ladies and gentlemen, if it is your first video, are basically what the power roll should be. The hunter objective in this game is to stop me from reaching this stage, and when you actually get to this stage, you are now a fully grown adult monster. This is your true form, and the game basically laughs and says, go for it, mate. Because you do insane amounts of damage, you have loads of armor, loads of HP, all that kind of stuff, and it punishes negligence, basically, for the hunter team. Wouldn't be able to do that these days, obviously, because Twitter had a fucking meltdown about this. But this is what an ASIM should be. I say this every single video these days, because I just want to hammer the point home. There's no iframes, there's no hand-holding mechanics in this game, it's about being good at your characters. You can beat stage 3s as hunters, but you need a very good positioning, and based on Parnell being the only one here, I don't think the positioning is going to save them in this one. There is actually, genuinely though, even against bots, like there's some games on the channel where it's genuinely really close. I think the recent goalie gamers, yeah, they've fumbled the barrel a lot in this one, because they're just all sort of moving around on their own in random places. I don't know where Laz is though, so then revives can actually happen here and I won't have any idea. In this particular instance for the monster, because these devs actually think about everything on both sides of the game, the counterplay for me, if they're constantly hiding obviously because the map's big, where the fuck's that? Over there. I can go for the relay, which I'll show you. Probably not going to be able to do it here because he's there. You can start damaging the relay, shoot me. Demonstrate please. Stop stasising me, there you go, see. It pulls me off it. So as long as they have line of sight of you, you can break the monster out of doing it as well. And pressure him to come and chase you. This map's very good at it as well, because this map has a lot of really long line of sight ranges. I still don't know where Laz is. I'm sure I just heard him. Yeah, I did. I don't need to be there. There he is. So obviously with Laz in existence, we're going to have to go for him because he's going to be able to just endlessly revive the team. There is a cooldown on it from what he can do it, but it's not exactly large. So Cabot is going to be the target we need here. Close, just slightly out of range. Without this fucking tyrant being there. He is cloaked, I'm going to go for the predict. He went in a straight line. Don't think I got him. Unless he's on the floor there and he's being silent. Are you going towards him? Are you... No, he's there. Okay. I was going to say you were going around to get him on the floor, maybe. Fucking animations are peak in this game, dude. Slightly overshot. It's fine. Said in the past, like, it's as fun as it looks as well for those of you that can't play it. Like, it's you're legit playing a Hollywood blockbuster. That's what this game feels like. Like, it's legit like a proper fucking monster experience, you know? We're in the fucking Bayverse and some shit, you know, with the whole the old Transformers movies, that kind of shit. That's basically what this is, just not Transformers. I mentioned that briefly as well. Like, I mentioned it on the Reddit the other day because there's quite a few people getting pissed off with Dead by Daylight. Everyone was going on about what ASIMs could have been. There was actually people, you know, going on about it. And I actually said a Transformers ASIM would actually be quite good. I do think it would be genuinely good. But set in a darker timeline where maybe the Autobots have actually been killed off and then you'd play as like the Decepticons. One person would. And then it's about the humans, you know, like they used to do in the Bayverse movies where they could actually fight back against them. Like the soldiers and everything. But obviously you'd have this situation where obviously the Transformer has heaps of power, obviously, because of what he is. I think it would go pretty hard, that, to be honest. I don't know when they are again. This is going on for ages, this. See if we can pull them out. We're over there, I think. We'll take move speed, actually. No. Passing on through. We're over here then, because we saw a little flash of the icon, which I believe is a bug. It dropped over here. Maybe not. So in this instance, this is what I was talking about. You'd go for the relay here as a monster, but usually because it's bots, I just like to play it as though you kill the hunters. They are over there. Okay. Canonically here, I would go for the relay as well, because that's the canon kind of lore thing, because the monsters are here for the technology that's destroying their own universe. Shit. Which is a bit of a hidden piece of lore, because the monsters aren't actually here explicitly to kill people. They're here for the technology. But obviously humans get in the way of doing that, so yeah, they kill them. Dropped armor now, so we're taking real damage, but I think this is probably the end. Although we have got leader man who's sneaked off, I think. Who was over here in this direction somewhere. Got a mammoth running there. Footprints, we find his trail. There he is. Use a wee bit of game sense, use the wildlife. We knew a mammoth was running, so he was in that general area. Mammoths are quite skittish, so if they hear anything, they'll start running from it. He actually got the second cloak off, that's hilarious. Right, okay. Don't have any footprints though, which means he's jetpacked somewhere. Okay, went back up again then. Yeah, there it is. I saw a little faint outline going back up the wall as well, because he tried to fake it. There you go. 1342, that was probably a lot longer than it should have been, because it was quite a, well, the early game they fumbled it quite hard in that one. There it is, that's what ASIMs could have been, fellas, you know. Team's a bit patchy in that one, obviously, with it being bots, and obviously they have the Necromancer-based medic. He is significantly better in the hands of human players, because obviously once you understand how the bot actually plays Lazarus, he's quite easy to just abuse. Basically what it is a situation of where you down the first hunter and then immediately whip your head around, because there's like a second delay between the time that you down that hunter and the time that he cloaks. So you have a look around, find where his name is, and then you know where he is, and then you have to try and damage him before he gets into the cloak, obviously. And he does use his heal burst when he's cloaked as well, so that's not going to help because it just literally tells you where he is. But you know, it is what it is. Hope you've enjoyed as always, and I'll hopefully see you for the next one, fellas. Bye.